My beautiful Pisces, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-June right through to mid-July 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful that scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I'm using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? Can you please show them the way regarding their love life? What's going on with them right now at this present moment? Also, who is to come towards them? What is the path towards love? Okay, so the Stork is your first card. This is your protagonist energy. Some of you are making some personal improvements at this time, making some lifestyle changes there, but I feel like you've been waiting a long time, okay? Now, of course, you haven't just been waiting by your window, darning your socks by candlelight for love to come on by. Of course, you've been very busy in your life. You've been prioritizing projects or your prosperity, your personal development, but I do see here that you have been observing the dating pool, as it were, and perhaps you've been waiting a long time because there's no one out there sparking your attention. You know, the card is number 17. I will show you the card in a moment. So this can indicate some of your healing from something. It can indicate that you have been prioritizing responsibilities at this time, and perhaps for some of you, because the death symbol, it is a scythe in the Lenormand deck, it can indicate in the resistance position that you almost feel like your dating life is over, or you removed yourself from the dating scene momentarily and it has extended in its period. I do see here your libido coming to life, as it were. I feel like you're a very passionate person, very sensual. You need someone who has that spark, that connection, that chemistry. You're not willing to settle for less than you truly deserve and love, which is perfect. And I do see here, because this is an energy of getting very creative, but also, you know, discovering your passionate side. I feel if you've been laying dormant, as it were, regarding the dating scene for some time, I definitely see here that you are coming out to play a little bit, being more playful, flirtatious in your energy, and I feel like you're embracing that fun side. Now, of course, this can indicate a flirtation coming in. However, it is the lily, which can represent a long process. So I feel like you've waited a long time for the one, and it will be worth it. So there will be a connection with a person coming in. But let's get to your cards and see what's coming in for you, because the first card is the Stork, okay? Now, as you can see, it's number 17, which is the star energy. And this can represent a wish. It can represent alignment. you know, choosing healthier options when it comes to love. But if you think about the nature of a stork, okay, a stork waits, watches, observes, and then suddenly there's movement. So I definitely see here that you're on a trajectory where there is going to be sudden movement and improvement when it comes to meeting a person who is destined to be with you. Now, of course, the stork can indicate that you are ready to nest. Okay, it can indicate that you're looking for long-term connection. But I feel like, you know, if you look at this nest in this card, I've never really noticed it before, but this nest, it seems like it's just for one at this moment in time. It can indicate that you're prioritizing your home life. It can indicate that you need to create space for love to come on in. I feel like you're being very busy right now. You're very self-sufficient, very independent. Some of you may have wondered if that sense of independence intimidates other people, but that is not true at all. The right person is going to love that about you. I feel like the person who's coming in will actually love all the traits that you have and even your past journey, because some of you, there's an energy here about the past, okay? A lot of you with that death card energy, well, it's the scythe there. It can indicate some of you have had a shock in a relationship in the past, or something abruptly got cut off. Or for some of you, it can be that you literally like pull time on, you know, the dating pool. It can be that suddenly you're like, no, what, I'm out. I don't want to do this anymore, because you may have like checked online, for example, or gone to certain events and tried to put yourself in situations to find love, but it never really was fruitful, shall we say. So this scythe energy, it can indicate that something ended for you, or you put paid to something, you decided to disconnect from something. Some of you are literally cutting a cord from someone as well, because the scythe can indicate, you know, severing ties with someone. Now, it doesn't have to be with someone. For some of you, it could be severing ties with a neighborhood, or, you know, a lifestyle choice. And it can indicate that you're healing from this. For some of you, it could also indicate that you've been healing from an unwellness, or managing certain symptoms, or even, you know, if you've gone through a procedure, for example, or an operation, it can be that you're healing, and when the moment is right, there will be opportunity for you to meet the person. You know, this is your overarching energy, so this is like your life destiny, as it were, and then the details will come from this deck here with the Celtic cross. But what's really interesting is this scythe is in the resistance position, so this can be an opening up, you know, a new beginning. This represents an ending, a sudden ending, but this represents a sudden beginning. And you have a very sudden card here as well, you know, waiting for a long time, then suddenly out of the blue. So I do feel there is this energy of change happening within you, but also in your outer circumstances. And of course, we had the lily there. Now, this is the outcome energy, okay? So this can indicate something blossoming. And, you know, for some of you, it can indicate also that you have been healing from a past experience, mourning it or grieving in some way. But it had a process. This is time. This is time passing and acknowledging that you're now managing the feelings that went with that. You know, healing is a process, and of course it doesn't happen overnight. And I know everyone says time is a healer, and actually I really don't like that sentence, because of course time will pass and we just learn to manage something, you know, a little bit more efficiently, as it were. The feelings are still there, the wound can still be there, but we process emotions differently as time passes, okay? So whatever it is you're going through right now, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. And, you know, the lily can indicate that, you know, you are opening up, blossoming, having a glow up, as it were, and going to get a lot of attention when it comes to meeting people. Now, also, of course, lilies can be, you know, an indication that you feel that your love life or the opportunity to find love is pretty much dead in the water. It's not going to happen, okay? You can't see how you're going to meet a new person, but this is like a revival energy. This can be, you know, subtly there is another chance at love. It took time, but you had to be in the right place at the right time to meet the person. But also, your person has a journey, the person you're about to meet, and they had to, in divine timing, find their way to being ready for love, because you don't want to repeat any cycles. You don't want to meet people who are closed off to love, emotionally unavailable. So it was a process. That's what is being shown to me in your energy right now. And in this process came wisdom, maturity, because this is a card that literally means maturity, getting older, learning from past experiences to inform who you are right now and also inform who you want, the sort of relationship you want. So I feel there is this energy here of growth that you've gone through. And of course, this indicates that as you get older, I feel like you get more attractive, okay? That's what's coming out there. Now, my readings are not about aesthetics, but I really feel that there is going to be chemistry. This is a card of chemistry, sensuality. This is about tapping into your creative side. So some of you could literally meet someone where there is creativity or some sort of like creative interaction, okay? But let's get to the details. Let's go straight to a Celtic cross just to see the direction things are taking at this time. This reading is for the next 6 weeks. I want you to be aware of that. Energy can change, of course, but let's see what you're on the trajectory towards right now. So we have the King of Wands as your starting card. That is a passionate card. It indicates that you are someone who is very talented, but also you're someone who's going through a major spiritual awakening. And I feel, you're someone who's bold and daring and wanting to step out of your comfort zone at this time. You're exploring with passion. And I feel that there is this flirty side of you coming out, my beautiful Pisceans. And a lot of you are like, I don't know how to flirt, okay? I feel naturally you're going to just be your wonderful self. Authenticity is the key, and there will be a natural playfulness and flirtiness with the right person. And we got the Empress there. Yep, glow up energy. This means you're very attractive. You get more attractive with age. Sometimes we don't see it ourselves, and my guides are giving me this energy of they wish you could see what other people see in you, okay? So some of you may have learned to love yourself. Life is full of challenge and hardships, and sometimes it can wear us down, and we can have almost like the battle of life scars in our mind or etched over us in some way. But ultimately, you have a beautiful heart, and that is a thing that basically emanates from your energy and also from your whole body, mind, and soul. So I feel there's an energy here of you being very attractive and actually attracting a lot of attention, okay? Now, interesting, we have a King and Queen of Wands here, okay? So this can indicate some of you have been in a high-level commitment in the past, and it can indicate that it was very passionate, but also there's this energy of very physical. So it could be that either a person you dealt with in the past was emotionally unavailable. It can also indicate that you promise yourself you want a relationship that is passionate, that, is adventurous, is something different, wild, and kind of like intense. I feel like there is this energy coming through that perhaps if you have explored the dating scene at some point, you may have met people who have baggage and have not healed that baggage and have kind of like brought it into the connection with you. And you're like, you know what, I'm just not about that. I feel you want someone who's healed or who is mature enough to process the journey that they've had before they come towards you. Look, the circumstances outside of yourself, 8 of Pentacles. So a lot of you repair work or focusing on your life, your priorities. A lot of you may have got stuck in a bit of a rut. Something you're committed to requires dedication, and therefore it has bred some sort of routine there or repetitive cycle. It can be that a lot of you have gone to certain places that you frequent, but there's no new faces there, as it were. We got the Fool card. So fresh new start, Ace of Wands. There's new chemistry coming on in here. So if you have gone through a separation in the past, or you have been divorced, for example, if you're wondering, is your love life over? Or even if you have been single your whole life, this can be an indication that there's a new era here for you. You're about to step into a new adventure, and I definitely see chemistry with someone new here. Aces are new energy. Fool card is new energy. So this Ace of Wands is in your potential position. It tells me there's a spark, chemistry. And you do have a couple of people here, okay? So this can indicate there's a group activity, but it could also indicate that you are going to do something highly creative because you got so many wands in your reading here, this can indicate that, you know, that Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, they don't have to be a couple. Okay, it can be, and I will show you each card in a moment, it can be aspects of self. And the Queen of Wands in the past position can be a promise to yourself to be a little bit more sociable, you know, to explore your neighborhood in a different way, to network or get involved in some way, in something creative that really connects to your passions, your hobbies, for example. So a lot of you, this can be a desire to integrate rather than just be a connection. But we do have King of Wands is your starting position. So even though you're a water element, this is your starting card, the platform, the foundation. And this is to influence your circumstances. This is to do something with passion, to, you know, feel this awakening, this aliveness within you, where suddenly you're motivated to put yourself in a position to be open to love. Okay, so I feel the hand being open is an indication that you're ready, that you want to fall in love, but you must instigate some sort of action. Take some sort of action there in order to put yourself in a position to meet love head on, okay? Now, of course, no matter where you find yourself, if you're meant to meet the one, you will meet the one. And I can see here, there's a wonderful new adventure, or there's something new that you have never experienced before. Whether you've booked this, whether this is a gathering of people, it just feels like you've not done this before and you're really passionate or excited about it. So it could even be like going on a vacation somewhere new. I just feel there's something new about to enter your life. If you haven't booked it already or thought about doing this, I feel you will be very shortly. And I get this energy here of you instigating some sort of action or taking action. Now, of course, because the Queen of Wands is in a past position, it can indicate that you were in a high level commitment or even had a crush on someone in the past. But because we've got this card in the past and we have the scythe energy there in the resistance position, it can indicate that something ended with you and a person that you thought was perfect, or that you felt wasn't like 100% perfect. It was pretty close, but you maybe were shocked because the scythe is there. This is to have a shock, or this is to have something unexpectedly end. Okay, so sending a huge hug out there, so much love. It can even indicate that someone ghosted you abruptly, or, you know, something went down in a previous experience. But if you've been single your whole life, this can also indicate with that Two of Swords there that your love life is at a stalemate, okay? And you've been looking back on your choices because there's a very nostalgic energy with that Six of Cups appearing in your 6 weeks position. Now, this can indicate for some of you, not all of you, some of you may hear from someone from your past because there is an opposing energy here. Six of Cups is to look back, but not with rose-tinted glasses. It's important to remember the good times, but also the bad times, because that is where the lesson lies of not repeating cycles. So with this Two of Swords, if you're dealing with a person where it is stalemate, it never goes anywhere, but it's very intense, magnetic, there's a lot of physical attraction there, you need to ask yourself, what is it you're getting from this? Is it a quick fix? And if that's okay with you, then that's okay with you. But if you're looking to nest or settle down, this could be the very reason why, you know, your energy is not attracting someone new, because you're stuck in an energy with somebody else. Okay, so it can indicate that there's a blockage because people can sense when you're taken or when you are preoccupied with another person's energy. You know, energy is energy and we can feel it. You can walk into a room and nobody's talking, but you can feel that someone argued in there. You just know it. You can just feel it. It's in the air. Why? Because we're all energy and we're exuding, you know, a feeling, for example. You know, whenever you see a person, you think, oh my gosh, there's something off about that. And you're making a judgment. We should never really judge a person as soon as we meet them or ever, really. But you get an energy and you think, actually, I'm just going to be a little bit wary of this situation. That's your intuition telling you something. So, you know, if you're connected to somebody else or you're preoccupied in your mind with thoughts of somebody else, or other situations or past experiences, you know, we're human, it happens, we're all doing it. We live in the past, we live in the future of the things that we want to happen, but we must learn to live in the present. And the Two of Swords is an indication to find a midway point so that you can protect your inner peace and recognize that every time you look back, you actually attach to that vibration. So, you know, if you're thinking about relationships from your past and the sort of things that you do not want to experience, remember, you are like rekindling a memory in that vibration. and you're giving out that vibration, and it will attract a similar sort of person. So if you are someone who has been, attracting a similar experience in relationships, you may not want to revisit a past person or be with a past person. It can indicate that you are deciding to abruptly end a cycle of looking back. The Two of Swords can indicate a contemplative time where you are working out what it is you want in a relationship, but your status or your relationship experience right now, it feels like everything has become stale, or it's a stalemate. Nothing's happening. You're in a very protective energy and you're about to come out of your comfort zone. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Two of Swords has a figure with two swords up, okay, and they're protecting themselves. There's no threat there. They're actually in a very calm environment. They're on a sandy beach. The water is calm, but there's stepping stones towards an island that they've never experienced before. That's the history of that card. So it can indicate, a quiet, reflective moment before taking action to go and do something elsewhere, something you've never done before. And as you can see, the moon is there. This camel is representative of enduring a situation that's pretty sparse, okay? There's nothing going on. The environment is austere, but however, they've endured this, and it may feel uncertain, but you are on a path towards something truly fulfilling. As you can see, this camel is entering into terrain that will lead to that pool of water. Water often represents feelings, emotions. So I feel, although your love life is a bit stagnant right now, I definitely see here that you're going to experience an opportunity to embrace an encounter with someone new. Okay, now the earthly plane position is the Empress energy, so this can indicate that you're nourishing yourself in a different way. In the past, you may have neglected your own needs, but this is your time to enjoy your single energy. Now, of course, because we have court cards here, the King of Wands energy, the Empress, and the Queen of Wands, these are aspects of self. So this is about this awakening within you, this passionate side coming to life, this playful energy, but also there's a maturity there as well. So some of you may be wondering, as you mature, are the options for dating slimmer than in the past? Some of you may feel with the Six of Cups, the good old days, it was easier to meet people. And of course, that may be true to some degree. However, I feel like you are about to encounter a person who is very alike you, okay? They do say opposites attract, but I'm seeing a lot of common traits with you and a new person coming in. And it seems to connect to something that you're passionate about, okay? There is change. The Ace of Wands is a dramatic, transformative energy. It is a spark between two people. So it can indicate that an age difference, slight, ever so slight, because we've got King of Wands energy, Empress energy. So we've also got Queen of Wands energy. So this means that this person's in and around the same age as you, but there could be a minor kind of age difference there. But also the Empress is about prioritizing, family responsibilities, but also it's about unconditional love for self. So a lot of you have been learning to love yourself fully before you open up and create space for true love to come on in. And I do feel that that is happening for you. You're coming into alignment. I want you to be aware of the cards that you've got. As you can see, the chakras are aligning on the Empress energy. And of course, with that Ace of Wands, it's like you and this person are aligning with your true sense of purpose before coming together. Okay, so the pillar represents strength, focus, okay? It's often like an obelisk, which is about channeling energy. So it's where your energy goes and where your attention flows. That's where you will see a glow up or a flourishing in your life. So I see a lot of you choosing healthier options now. I feel like you are someone who is very kind. You've offered unconditional love in the past, and I feel like, you are becoming love, as it were. If you want something, you become it to attract it. So I definitely see you're in that state right now, but you may have met people in the past who took advantage of your kindness or perhaps of your love in some way, and you're healing from that, or you're learning that, your happiness is not tied up within another person. You're here to love yourself fully, and anyone who joins you is a welcome addition to your life. You're not searching for the one, you're whole all by yourself, and you're attracting the person who is meant for you. You are the one, and then you will attract the person who is meant to be your divine counterpart, okay? Now, we've got the Queen of Wands. It is in a past position, so this can indicate some of you were a little bit more sociable in the past. There may have been something that abruptly changed. It doesn't have to be in a relationship. It can be, you know, the nature of friendships. As we mature, everyone has responsibilities, of course. It can indicate that your friends are settling down or have a family, or perhaps you have, and the dynamics shift and change. And it can indicate that going out with your bestie is not something you can do as regularly as you used to do. So for some of you, it can be the nature of relationships shifting and searching for your soul tribe now as you mature and spiritually evolve. But also the Queen of Wands is that promise to oneself to get more social or get more active or focus more on what makes you feel passionate about something. It's reigniting that spark. And a lot of you are building in confidence because this is a very outgoing card. So it can indicate some of you were more outgoing in the past, or you've met people who are very charming, and now you're seeing through people's flowery words. You're actually someone who is magnetic. You're very popular. You may not notice this, but people are attracted to you, and you are going to notice this more. And I feel like right now, this is an energy of wanting to be a homemaker, but also you know, a lot of you may have given yourself over to a career, something that you're passionate about, but it's the balance of the two, okay? So it can be that you're called to find that balance in your every waking moment at this time. But you are on a trajectory to meet a person. So is it in the next 6 weeks? I would say it's not. I got to be honest with you, because we've got that Six of Cups. So some of you may actually reunite with a friend from your past, or reunite with a neighborhood. Some of you are rekindling, because, you know, the Six of Cups can be a trip down memory lane. So it can be a place that you used to frequent, but you don't go there anymore. It could be that you're like, you know what? We used to love that place. How about we organize an opportunity to go there and see how it's changed, or if it has like changed or completely been demolished. For example, for some of you with that side there, it could be that you revisit the neighborhood and see the changes, and then you frequent a place that's new, because I'm getting this energy that you do something completely new that you've never done before. However, there is this Six of Cups, where is a memory of the past. And I'm not sure how the two can exist together, because you've got so much like new energy. Fool card is completely new. It's new experiences. It's a leap of faith to do something bold and daring that you've never done before. Ace of Wands is something transformative. It is something completely new that gives you that spark. It's original, okay? So it could be that you want to take a trip down memory lane, okay? And some of you may actually do that with the Six of Cups, but you may feel it's not fulfilling, or it's changed in some way where you're like, well, this is new. This never happened when we were here. Somehow the two exist, okay? That's not something typical that comes out in readings with me, but that's something that's just popped out there, so I have to honor it. Now, I'm hearing a song right now. This is actually a very famous song, and you're probably going to hear this everywhere. I really don't like it when songs that are so popular come through in the readings, because that means it's going to be heard, okay? It's not going to be unique to you, because I like it when there's a song that hasn't been played for like years and suddenly it comes out. That's when you know it's a signpost from the universe. But however, I have to give you the song that's coming through. It's Pretty Little Baby, I'm So in Love with You, okay? Very famous song. I want to say the person who sings it is called Connie. I can't remember for the life of me the last name of Connie, surname, but I'm being given Connie, and I, somewhere in the back of my mind, the recesses of my mind, I remember that, okay? So my guides are not giving me Connie, okay? I want you to be aware of that. I'm just hearing the song. My guides are only giving me those lyrics of the song, and I'm saying it's popular because, of course, it is a song from probably around about the 50s or 60s. However, it's playing a lot on reels right now. So I have heard it a lot, but it's coming through. So you're probably going to hear it. But I don't want to dismiss it because it has come through. Okay, so listen out for that song. It is a signpost to indicate that you are going to meet a person who thinks the world of you. Okay, you are lovable, and this person is going to declare their love for you. But it starts with a spark. Aces are a divine intervention energy where, you know, the hand of the universe comes down and presents a new opportunity that has so much potential, okay? And as you can see on this card, there is a reflection energy. So this person is very like you. So it could be that you have a common interest, or you're both very adventurous, for example. I feel like you both do something new for the first time, whatever it is. I can't discern what that is, unfortunately. It feels very passionate because of so many wands, and you have the Lily card. So it can be that the conversation you have with this new person is that, I've never done this before. And they're like, me neither. My gosh, isn't this thrilling? So it could be thrill-seeking something because, you know, so many passionate energies there. But yeah. This is a person who will return again and again and again, wanting to get to know you better. So I definitely see here either it is a repeat thing that you do, or it is, you know, an encounter that will grow into something really special. You know, the Six of Cups, it is in your 6 weeks position, okay? The next 6 weeks, Six of Cups there can indicate sharing an opportunity, coming together, a remembrance of something as well. So you know, even though it may be something new that you're doing, it can be like you discussing with this new person, you know what, I used to come here a lot to this neighborhood and it was never like this. You know, this is totally new, or this is totally transformed, you know, and it can be this nostalgia about the neighborhood. Perhaps you and this person have actually crossed paths before, because I am getting this energy where there is a commonality, but you didn't actually notice each other at the time, or you didn't meet each other. It feels like you frequented a very common place in some way. So, but also I'm getting strong energy with this Six of Cups, that some of you may reunite with a friend that you haven't seen for a long time. And it could like lead to deciding to do something bold and daring and new. Okay, it can be a conversation, because the Two of Swords is a coming together, a communication between people, you know, like a head-to-head. So with that Six of Cups, I feel in the next 6 weeks you're very nostalgic. Now, Six of Cups can also indicate that, you know, a gift is on offer, or, I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're given a gift to do something. It could be an activity. I don't know. I'm just being like given this energy of you like receiving something as well. Maybe it coincides with that. So I'm just going to leave that energy there. I'm not sure if it's going to resonate with everybody there. But I want to pull one more card, because the Six of Cups can be an energy of someone from your past as an ex reaching out, someone who's very physically attracted to you. So let me just pull a quick card on that. You know, I don't really want to go back in that energy for you, but the Six of Cups is a nostalgia card. It can indicate looking back. But also, you know, I have to honor it if it comes out. So I'll just check there. Four of Pentacles, holding on. It's more about holding on to a past situation rather than someone from your past revisiting you in some way. Four of Pentacles is to learn to let go, but it can also indicate with that Six of Cups that sometimes humans in general, we live in the past, right? That is a trait that we have. Now, of course, memories are important, you know, but at the same time, the Four of Pentacles says, are we allowing memories to get in the way of our present moment? And actually, are we living in our heads rather than getting out there and interacting with life and people, for example? You know, so it can be that some of you are called at this time to let go of something and embrace coming outside of your comfort zone. Because Four of Pentacles, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Four of Pentacles, the figure is holding on to all these coins. However, he's left the city, so he's gone out of a usual parameter. So it can be that, you know that sentence, like, if I was to say that I can take myself out of the city, but the city is like always in me, you know, it can be that energy with the Four of Pentacles there, but it feels very much like you leaving a space that is familiar in order to kind of like embrace something new, but there's still a familiarity. So again, you know, I know it sounds really convoluted, but I'm just being given this energy that perhaps you are going to a place that seems very familiar. However, you're doing something new that you've never done before in this place. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Four of Pentacles is you creating a solid foundation, taking ownership of your life right now in order to influence a step towards doing something totally new. Because if you always do the thing that you always do and you're getting a certain outcome right now that you're not happy with, change is afoot. You know, that death card symbol there with the scythe, it's like something needs to change. And you are, you know, making some lifestyle changes or choices right now. Some of you, this is like an impromptu thing that you're going to do because there's so much sudden energy in your reading with all the wands and, you know, of course, the stork and the scythe there. So it can be an impromptu thing that you decide in the next coming weeks that puts you in a path to meet this Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a spark, chemistry with someone new, okay? Now, your advice to yourself in this moment, Six of Wands, is to allow yourself to be seen. You know, this is a card of getting out there, doing things that bring you joy, that challenge you, and things that you're successful at as well. You know, this is a card of being in the limelight in some way. So for some of you, with that Six of Wands, as you can see, there's a little genie's lamp there. So this can be that, you know, you're wishing for something and it's going to come true. It means you're going to accomplish something. But it could also indicate you meet someone as it coincides with you accomplishing something personal in your life. It's like you're vibing high, and therefore you're in a state of attraction that is higher than usual. This is you being magnetic. And notice that this person is also looking behind them. So it can be that there's something from your past that informs you in the present to put you in a state to attract someone new. Okay? Again, it's this familiarity that I keep getting. Revisiting something and either seeing it in a new way or experiencing it in a new way or experiencing something new there. So I'll move away from that because, you know, I don't want to keep repeating myself there, but it keeps coming up with the cards, so I have to honor it. We do have that Eight of Pentacles. So this is circumstances outside of yourself right now. There's a routine that perhaps you've got locked into. 8 is the number of the self. You've been prioritizing your own needs at this time, which is wonderful, of course. It can indicate there's some repair work going on there, reprogramming, as it were. But also the 8 of Pentacles can represent a new opportunity, a new avenue for something, building a foundation, working really hard to put things into order in your life. And, you know, also there is a small energy coming out, which is just making me smile because I've just been given by my guides, you know, success from past efforts. You know, there's something about the past that reinforms you in some way. So the Eight of Pentacles, of course, you know, you can see the energy in the card completely shift and change. Suddenly this electric blue energy, I feel like, you know, it is instant. It is like out of the blue. You meet someone and, you know, I feel like you've been waiting for this person your whole life, as it were, and they've been waiting for you. And I feel that this is like you out there doing something that you are passionate about for you. It can be that, you know, there's so many people here, but 8 indicates you may be alone when you meet this person. You may go to a place with people, however, you may like go to the sidelines for something and just be alone in that moment and strike up a conversation with somebody. It's just instant. Whatever this is, it's instant. Now, the hope and a fear position, we got the 7 of Cups. And this can indicate that you fear meeting a person who has commitment issues or is wishy-washy, inconsistent, someone who is distracted, someone who has connections to the past that kind of influence the present relationship. A lot of you may have experienced that with someone because that energy has popped up again there. But the 7 of Cups, you know, in the past energy can indicate as well, because you read the reverse of this card as well as the upright, it can indicate that you took yourself out of the dating scene for a certain period of time. You were not interested in connecting to anybody because there was no one sparking your attention. And you may feel that this time period has now like extended, an extended period of solitude. And you're like, oh, okay, there's no options. What am I going to do here? So you may feel like you've been waiting a long time, that it's never going to happen, but that's not true at all. I definitely see here, this is a period of pause on purpose in order for you to get clear on what it is that you want, because 7 of Cups in the resistance position actually indicates clarity. Okay, no more like living in your head of what it is you would aspire to have in a relationship. That's very important. I'm not saying that's negative. You know, visualizations and living in your head, that is manifestation. There's also emotion that goes with that. But you have that King of Wands, which also states it's time to take action on, you know, something in order to put yourself in a position to meet a person like the person in your vision. Okay, so I would say here that your fear, your main fear is, you know, having a union where someone is just making you feel confused. As you can see, there's 2 cups here. Okay, and that represents, you know, love, of course, and divine union, but there's a tear. So it can indicate that you don't want to waste your time with someone who's presenting as, you know, wanting to settle down, and ultimately they become very detached or distant. I feel like some of you may have experienced something like that in your past. We have the Fool card there as your final card. This is, you know, a new beginning. This is adventure. This is excitement. This is your playful side coming out. This is you having fresh new ideas of adventures that you'd like to take. You know, this is about you looking before you leap, because you're mature now. You're not going to rush into something, but this is a chance. You know, this is the precipice of change. And the horse represents longevity, but also loyalty and, you know, empathy, compassion, and also independence. And of course, the horse is in the water. So this is like, there is a sentence coming through that you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Is that the sentence? I'm not sure. It's just, I get like really blurry sentences that just flash and then they sort of like disappear in the water. And I get the energy of it as well. So I have to kind of decode it. So it can indicate that you want someone who walks by your side, who's strong enough to walk by your side. And, you know, you can have all these ideas of how things should be, but unless you get involved in it, then it, you know, will take longer in its process. That's what I'm getting there. I'm going to pull a quick card on that Fool card before we move forward, because it indicates something new is happening here. And the Ace of Wands is the opportunity. It's the potential. It's like if you do something new or you like break a cycle of repeat here, then suddenly you're going to have this new opportunity. And I'm just going to pull that card. We got the Empress energy. This is believe in yourself. Know how attractive you are. Even though it's a feminine energy there, it means you're romancing your life a little bit more. It means that you are worthy of love and that you know your worth and you're not going to settle for second best. It means you're having a glow up. It means that you're nurturing yourself in a different way. It means unconditional love. So I'm, you know, clarifying the Fool card there. And we got the Lovers. So, you know, the Fool card clarified by the Empress indicates that there is new unconditional love on offer for you. And the Lovers card can indicate that it is your soulmate. When you see how beautiful you are or attractive you are, both inside and out, and you are you. You can't be anybody else. That is your superpower. There is someone out there who is magnetized towards you and they want to love you. They've literally been waiting their whole life to fall in love with you as well. So I feel with this Lover's energy, you're about to meet the one. You know, any card could have popped out there, but my guide said, you're about to meet your soulmate. And they meant it. So they had to give me a card to say, the Lover's card, you are going to fall in love. It is a union, an attraction where there's a spark, there's chemistry. And it starts to evolve. It starts to blossom into something truly beautiful, okay? So, yeah, I'm really excited about this trajectory that you're on right now. I'm just going to go and get some final cards before I close your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? We've got Fear, okay? So I did mention earlier that some of you may have peeked out and seen if there's any opportunities out there. We've got Support. And I'll go one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisceans? What do they need to know or be aware of? And we got True Love. Okay, so I'm loving these cards right now. Fear energy. For some of you, if you have been out of the dating scene for a long time, of course, it could be nerve-wracking to go out there and put yourself in a position to be like, okay, I'm looking for love. But I feel actually you're doing something passionate that excites you. You're doing it for you. 8 of Pentacles tells me you're investing in self and reinvesting your energy into doing something that you are passionate about or excited about. So that will remove the fear. But I feel a lot of you, it could be you're feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Okay, and we do have support. So there is support from the universe, first off, but also I feel like there is a wonderful supportive relationship coming on in here. But because we have so many people in your reading, for some of you this could be a friend's support or it could be a family member support. I mean, I don't see anyone trying to set you up here, okay, so that has not come through in the reading, but it could be that you're going to go to a place and perhaps someone that you reunite with or someone that you haven't seen for a while decides to come with you. I'm not sure, but that could be the nature of the support. But ultimately what I see is, you know, a divine supportive relationship. Someone who, you know, wants to walk by your side and is excited that you are their partner. And we also have True Love there. Matching a soul song with someone And please listen out for that song, because I feel it is relevant, okay? And it says there, true love. Number 3 is the Empress energy. And it's number 3 here as well. So everything has synchronicity there as well. So you may notice that in the next coming week. Just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, we've got a horseshoe. So we've got lucky in love, horseshoe there. Interesting, because the Fool card, of course, is a horse. So this can be like, put your shoes on. You're going to be out there dancing the night away or doing something you're passionate about, and you're going to find a very loyal mate, for example, okay? But interesting that your last card is the Fool card, and there's a horse, and you've got a horseshoe. So maybe that's relevant. Perhaps you're going to meet this person at an event that is connected to horses or horseshoes, or maybe, you know, when you go on a date, there's a horseshoe there above the door or something. So these are signs, and they will all link when the moment is right, and everything sort of comes together there, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Pisceans. Thank you so much, and love and light.